I was out on a fire one day, and I couldn't find my gloves, and this firefighter walked up to me and brought me his gloves and said, I just want to do this for you because you're still one of our ladies, and I appreciate you and respect you. So that's why I say I won't group them. I'll never put them all in the category with that. But you're going to have certain ones who are going to do that. Yeah. And even back during that particular time, I got the same respect. But it was something I pretty much commanded, you know, from the language to anything else, you know, coming down to it. But I had to carry myself in a certain way as well when it came down to that. And I would go through it, and even with problems I was having on this job, I didn't let it keep me from doing things that I needed to do. I love the city. Used to really love taking care of the citizens, the kids and the older ones, and can't say enough, especially when I became a battalion chief. I've been out of the field for quite a while. And that was one of the moves also, as to thinking they were going to run me off this job. And I remember going into the mayor's office and was talking with someone, and one of her people saw me and said, "What did you want to do?" I said, "I'm going out there." I said, "I'm entrusting this. I've always wondered how I was going to get out there so I can get that feel out there as a battalion chief." And knowing that they were not going to send me if they thought they were doing something good for me, you see. But that move was thinking it was going to force me off the department. And I told the assistant to the mayor, and said, "You know, I'm going because I'm going to be all right, because, you know, I'll just pray on it and make my step." She said, "Liz, whether you realize or not, you have a whole people that pray for you all the time." Yeah. And to prove the truth to that, when I walked into the 6th Battalion, my captain came to me and he said, "Chief, we've been waiting on you." He said, "I told my guys that even though we're doing a good job, we're going to step it up another notch. We're going to make you shine." He said, we used to ride, me and his captain rode the rescue unit together many years ago. And he brought it to my attention. He said, "When I made lieutenant, you and Mr. Peake are the two that called me." He quoted everything I'd said to him. I don't know what it was. He said, "But that's what I needed to be able to step out there." So it was as though my name was already up there in Buckhead at the 6th Battalion. In less than 4 months, Charles, I can't remember his name, that's the news media out of New York. Charles, probably so, the white guy. And Jocelyn Dorsey. When I first came on a job, Jocelyn came and did this interview of me when I first came on the job, rode with me on the truck and everything else. But she had contacted his chief, not the one just left, the one prior to that, and said, "We want to come in and ride on the truck, guys." And so this chief was all excited about it. Yeah. And I said, "Is that lady named Liz Summers still there?" So he told him yes. So I was the one that he had to come to me on. So, and I found that later on, that when he found out of all these things he had done at that particular time, one of the ones he had working against me had said, "Now all these things has had me to do, but now you wouldn't think nothing ever happened." This is how he was building me up. That's it. So he had to come up to my battalion. I had to pray hard on that one too. He came up there, he didn't know what I was going to say. And the first thing Charles said when he walked up, he said, "Chief Summers, how are you?" I said, "I'm doing fine, sir." He said, "They tell me you're getting ready to retire." I said, "No." I said, "Not at this time, not right now." And this my chief was right behind me. I could see the look all over his face, at the time. And I said, come on in. So when he sat, we had dinner, had lunch, and I was sitting, Charles was sitting at the location, I was sitting here. My chief was sitting on the other side of me.